Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is 8:30 a.m. on September 26th, 2023. I am on my way to KAITECH. At KAITECH, we are going to be getting ready for our trip later today. So I leave today at what is it, 5:10 to head down to California. We've got a big kickoff meeting with one of our clients to tour the plant, get some real hands-on look at the operations that we're automating, take a bunch of videos, make sure we have all the exact measurements so that we know what we need to be programming into the robots and everything. So that is coming up. It's gonna be a ton of fun. So me and Jake leave, we're on the same flight. It leaves at 5:10 this afternoon, and then we're coming back tomorrow on the same flight as well. So that'll be fun. I've really enjoyed spending time with Jake. He is a really good guy. He is incredibly smart, incredibly talented when it comes to problem solving and design and electrical work. He is a giver. He is an awesome person to have on our team. I really like Jake. So I'll get to spend a lot more time with Jake. And so one thing that came out of the trade show down in Las Vegas is we were in an Airbnb, me, Jake, Mackenzie, Jim, and Baja, Robert. So we had this Airbnb that we were all staying out of. So we built a lot of good relationships and got to really get to know each other quite a bit. And I had no idea Jake was actually, or is still, part of the electrical union. I didn't realize that was a thing in Idaho, that the unions were here. So I got to talk with him a lot about what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do. And he's starting to wrap his head around it, which is super cool. It's interesting. I was actually thinking about it yesterday. I think I need to start explaining it more like because it really is a labor union, like a group of people who work together to make something happen and take care of each other. And that's, I believe, what our country should be, is a group of people working together to take care of each other, help each other get to the next level, help each other learn how to grow and succeed and chase our dreams. Because at the end of the day, we all share the same time, right? Like right now it's 8:35 according to my car clock. Depending on which clock you look at, time changes. 8:35 a.m. Mountain Time in Boise, Idaho. And this express plumbing van is off to a job. And this person's off somewhere, and that person's off somewhere, and those teachers are all teaching. Like, we all share the exact same time. Not one person owns time. Not one person controls time. Not one person can speed time up or slow time down. Like, time is the ultimate currency. It's the ultimate system to level the playing field, because we all have it until we don't. So that's one of the reasons why I believe we're going to be successful as an organization is because time is shared by all of us. And so right now, KAITECH's the only active subscriber in America's holding company, which is totally fine. But that means the team members at KAITECH are the only people benefiting from the multiplier currently, because they're the only company that's subscribed. So everybody who currently works at KAITECH has a leg up on everybody else because they're already part of the team. And it's all, at the end of the day, it's all about taking care of each other. We all need each other, and there's no way around it. Like, there's so much political stuff going on with the presidential election coming up next year, and Biden and Trump running, and everybody else competing for votes. The only reason we can go out as a society and compete like this is because of the thousands of hours that have come before we decided we even wanted to do this. It's because of the people who built the roads in the cities. It's the people who built the fairgrounds. Like, this has taken generations to get to the point where we're at today to vote and campaign for election for next year. I think it's so funny when people forget the timeline that they're working under. And that's, I think this idea of time, this concept of time, is one of the reasons we live the same week after week after week after week after week, is because we forget that it's limited. And while the average lifespan is like 70, 80 now, that's still an average. Your life can end at any moment in time. Any second. I mean, I look at everything that's happened in Hawaii. No one there was expecting that. And now their entire lives have been forever altered. And who knows how fast it will get back to normal. Same with all the hurricanes and natural disasters. There's so many things that happen in our world that completely alter the course of history. So I'm a big fan of the Revolutionary period. Surprise, surprise. One of the things I think about a lot when thinking about the Revolutionary period, that period was 10 years, if not longer. Nothing happens overnight. Yet we're able to condense 10 years down into a couple hours book, an hour or two movies. You can do amazing things with the history time has created through changing how you track it, how you manage it, all that stuff. But you cannot change history. You cannot go back and make it so that Sam Adams was George Washington. Whatever. Once something is written in history, it's written there. And it'll never change. Just like the Great Depression. I truly believe we are going through, I've heard it called the Silent Depression. I don't know how silent it will be, but I think we are going to go through a depression that is way worse than the Great Depression. Because as a society, we don't know how to cycle our money to the people who bring true value to the world, which is not the CEOs. It is not the managers. It is not the leaders. It is the cashiers. It is the production line at the manufacturing spaces. It is the cooks. It's the nurses. It's the doctors. It's the police officers, the fire department. Everybody who works in the real world, providing real value to us as humans. It's extremely hard to get compensated what you're worth, because worth is based on hourly rate, not monthly rate, not annual rate. Yes, you could argue a salary is an annual rate. Kind of. But this work, the work that the people at Les Schwab do, they take care of people's cars who are out getting other work done. The work the truckers do to keep the gas stations filled with gas. All of this work drives other work. We are all interconnected. And as a society, we don't know how to cycle our money back to the people on the front lines who are actually doing the work. They're the people that we need the money to be in their hands. I think it's funny, people think everybody's lazy. People are not lazy. It just sucks to work for no purpose. And if you are not making enough to pay your bills where you work, why bother working at all? That's what a lot of people feel. Which is a valid feeling. It's a valid way to look at life. It's not going to help anything. It's not going to change anything. But it is valid. And that's where I think with what we're doing will help people, will help us as a society learn to cycle our money. Learn to use our money and our time as a tool. Just like a hammer's a tool, you can do a ton of things with it. A company is nothing more than a tool. Use it how it's meant to be used. McDonald's is a tool. Hey, I don't have time to make food. I didn't make food earlier. Whatever it is, you can pull in, get food, get out. It's a tool. Gas stations are a tool. I don't want to store gas at my house, fill my truck up at home, and then go out and drive around. No, there's gas stations everywhere. Just pick one. And use it however you want. Gas station's a great example. They've got food, they've got the hot dogs and heated up sandwiches and snacks and drinks. You could go to a gas station and buy tons of stuff except gas. The gas station doesn't care how you use it. It's just a tool for you to use. That's what I think people lose sight of when it comes to businesses. Businesses are just tools. It's your choice if you use them or if you don't. And either way is great. That's the wonderful thing about life, is we are completely free. We're completely free to live life on our own terms. I love that flag. Someday I want to have a huge flag. I'm very excited about it. Someday. Anyways, thanks for joining me on my drive in this morning. If you guys need anything from me, you know where I am. Reach out, let me know, and we'll talk to y'all soon.